Hey guys, I'm Chesapeake, and here's a little video on my new DIY top quilt made out of a Snugpak Jungle Blanket. So all I did really was I opened up a little hole in each of the bottom corners where I wanted it to be the foot end. I passed a piece of small shot cord all the way through, and then I opened up a hole in the middle so I could run it out and then back in again. That way I have adjustment for the cord lock. And then I just tacked it down by hand on each of these corners. That way this foot box could be cinched up and drawn from the middle to be cinched up, and then the cord lock, obviously keeps it in place. And then to close the foot box, I just added a snap at this bottom corner. I measured up from the bottom of my foot, or my toes, all the way up to the back of my knee to get the length of the foot box I wanted. And then I added some 2-inch wide hook and loop, like velcro, and then I also had the snap at the top so it doesn't come undone. And that was it. I added some snaps at the top end here so I can snap it behind my head, and I might later add another piece of shot cord at the top so I can cinch it around. But that's really it. I mean, I used it last night and it's great. I said it's a standard size Snugpak Jungle Blanket, and it's perfect for summer use. It's nice and thin. The outer is Snugpak's DWR treated Paratex material, and then the inner and outer are antimicrobial, antibacterial treated. So it kind of repels some of the funk and fungus and sweat and all that kind of stuff if you're using it in the summer. And it's really humid here because I'm on the water, so I figure I wanted something to kind of go with the Jungle Blanket underquilt that I have, and this is perfect. Let's see if I can flip it over for you. Sorry about that. Better shot here. So really simple to do. The hardest part was opening up the bottom corners and tacking down the shot cord. Like I said, I just did it by hand, and I'll later go back and sew a channel all the way across the bottom, but for now it's just loose inside the blanket, and it really doesn't make a big deal because as soon as I start to pull it tight, it pulls it, the shot cord comes up towards the ends anyway, so not a big deal that there's not a sewn channel down there. And then I just got some really wide hook and loop just to make sure it's, it doesn't come apart. And then I added the buttons for good measure. So I think all in, I had the blanket already, and I got it for like 30 bucks off of Amazon a couple years ago. And then the parts I got from Walmart yesterday for like $10 altogether. So for 10 bucks, plus the cost of the blanket, I've got a nice summer top quilt to go with the Jungle Blanket underquilt that I've been using on my bridge hammock lately. And or I can also use it inside one of my other top quilts as a top quilt liner, or I can use one of my top quilt liners inside of it if I wanted to. And I've got a couple of those that I made. I also made another top quilt exactly like this yesterday out of a fleece blanket, 200 weight fleece blanket. Same process, but I did sew an end channel for the shot cord on the end, and then added the 2 snaps and the hook and loop going up the middle of the foot box. And then I added 2 snaps on the bottom, and it's a little bit smaller than this one. It's for my daughter. But that was it. I think it took me about an hour to make each one. And like I said, the sewing was the hardest part. So if you're on a budget, and you just want something small, something light, and you don't have a sewing machine, this is perfect. This is the perfect underquilt for summer use. It's nice and big. There's a lot of room. The foot box is really wide. It's a really wide blanket, so there's a lot of room. Perfect for summer. You know, you can kick it off here real easy. It's not tight around you to trap a lot of heat in, but it's just enough to keep that, you know, early morning chill off. So, like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. And I'll just give you guys a couple close-ups, and then see you guys next time. Alright, so there's the Snugpak Jungle Blanket top quilt. Let me know what you guys think. It's Chesapeake on a really humid July day here on the Chesapeake. Talk to you guys next time.